make it count.
I must practice tolerance.
GSL SEASON1 Regeneration. PartinG GSL SEASON1 Regeneration.
Don't you worry, baby. No sense trying to change it. I must try.
What's up, everybody? It is day 4, Group D of the GSL Code S, and we've got some very special players today. PartinG is back.
That's pretty special. You don't
That
get much
is.
more special than PartinG, and if you do, it was yesterday with MC. We're very blessed here at the GSL.
We
A lot
are.
of old names coming back. Legends, true legends of the game.
PartinG, the world champion from, is it 2013 or 2012, actually?
12.
12, okay. We casted that in
China.
Shanghai, yeah, Shanghai. He was so dominant.
Any other
using
memories you need help with
it was
there, buddy?
StarCraft.
Yeah.
He, using the Soul Train push, crushed everybody, but shortly after that, he became much less dominant. He's back now. We saw MC killing it. MC actually beating stats. Maybe we'll see something crazy here from PartinG as well. Yeah, today's going to be awesome. SOS always making for entertaining games. One of the winningest players ever, oftentimes the best player in the world. Bunny, everybody's saying he's looking to be in excellent shape.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see him hide 2 tanks in a medevac and try to push out like he normally does. And Solar, always a great player. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And with a new team, Triumphant Song Gaming.
Oh, yeah, rolls right off the tongue.
Indeed. And, I mean, this is
Triumphant Song Gaming.
Triumphant Song
What
Gaming.
kind of song is it?
A triumphant one.
Got it.
All right, so Janair Green Wings SOS over here. Oh, man, the camera's on him. He's like, I got to get out of here. I'm scared. No, he's not scared. I think SOS is going to run to the bathroom. But look, this is a very exciting day to have PartinG, and I mean, it just is so many players back, right? Obviously, SOS is a 2-time world champion going up against a 1-time world champion, PartinG. They're both kind of similar. Like, PartinG, I think, is known a little bit more for micro, a little bit more for unit control.
Yeah.
But he is someone who plays a lot of mind games as well.
He'll do some of the craziest all-ins as well.
Yeah, he's a very clever player in a lot of ways.
Definitely not a passive player. That much is for sure. By the way, this PartinG is by far the funniest pro gamer I have ever met. This guy's hilarious.
Yeah, like, as far as I'm concerned, it's like...
He's like the coolest pro gamer.
Yeah, he is ridiculously funny. Imagine if him and K-Brad played the same game.
Oh, my God.
That would that would be out of control.
Yeah, it'd be too much.
I don't even know. My head would explode. But yeah, PartinG is hilarious. He's like one of the big personalities in the scene ever. It's just such a pleasure to have him back. I've been watching a lot of his stream lately, actually. He's in very good shape, so I think there's definitely potential here for him to do something. But what a funny group for him to be in right now, right? Because if you look at his group, it's like, okay, yeah, we have a solid Terran, right? Like, Bunny's solid. He's good. But then we have the trickiest, kind of smartest Protoss in the world in SOS, and we have one of the most cognitive Zergs out there in Solar, who's going to be a little bit hard to prepare for. Like, if you want to beat Solar, generally you're going to do that with really good, solid play, in my opinion. Because, like, for instance, Solar invented Baneling Hydra. You know, like, he's a smart player. He uses Swarm Host more than other players. Just a little bit hard to prepare for. So I'm not sure exactly what PartinG's going to bring to the table. But he's another player, kind of like MC. He knows how to win.
A little bit of banter already going on in the lobby here with these two guys. I think this might be one of the most interesting best of threes we could ask for. How are these guys going to play against each other? Both of them very unpredictable, really having the full range of play styles and builds. We're going to start this off on Cyber Forest. Our game is loaded up. This is SOS versus PartinG.
PartinG GSL SEASON1 Regeneration. 게임이 시작됩니다. 사이버 포레스트 게임 준비 완료.
Look at our player's intro. This is the one of the voice actresses from the campaign in StarCraft 2
지네어 그린윙스 SOS.
in Korean.
The
Hence the accent.
adjutant or cord head lady.
Cord head lady, as we call her.
Yeah.
Unlike Maynard, we call him cord head man.
Or adjutant.
Player 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is PartinG going to bring here today other than my dad's glasses?
Oh, I wasn't even ready. It's too early.
I don't want you to be ready.
It's too early,
It's better that way.
Artosis.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Whole Gen Air team. So I was just informed, I guess, that iPad image is actually a parody of some Korean movie. I am not up to date with Korean movies.
The big guy versus the big boy. Was he called the big guy?
I don't think he was.
I mean, he has a lot of names. From $O$ to La Cucaracha. Who, by the way, never dies.
That's right. Okay, so we have
7-7.
We have a. I didn't realize they were that even, actually. I thought SOS might have had more of a winning record. So we do have SOS hiding a pylon at 12 o'clock. He sent his probe out here. He's not gone up the ramp yet. And we don't see anything being hidden just yet over there.
Yeah, look at this.
What is this?
Just kind of making a full wall and going right into a sentry. That's really, really interesting play. You know, you can skip that gateway.
Yeah.
The second one, if you do have a full wall. Normally, a move like this, you see, it's like, well, is he going fast Nexus? Sometimes you'll go a wall like this and go into a Stargate or something. But what does SOS do to counter this? This is the interesting part of it, I think.
Yeah, I really didn't expect PartinG to open up with a build like this, but this is really cool. This is very different already. To start things off, he's getting a Robo now. That's going to be inside of his main.
Okay.
Meanwhile, SOS expanding a little bit later here.
Yeah, not that much, though. And
Right.
he's not fully walled in. So there's a little bit of flexibility that SOS has here. But PartinG, you know, if you open up like PartinG has, you kind of, how do I put this? You have to make some solid defenses without scouting first, right? Like that shield battery. It's not a whole lot, but he has to play a little bit on the defensive side. Like he made Robo immediately. Whereas SOS, he opens a little bit more normally. He can kind of go into whatever tech he wants from here because he has a better idea of what his opponent's doing until, of course, the hallucination gets over there.
Forge now coming down here.
On both
for PartinG.
sides?
Yeah. So it looks like we're sizing up for a pretty lengthy PvP. A lot of times PvP can end pretty quickly, but it looks like this one should just be going to more of a macro-esque game.
Yeah.
Both players opening up in a kind of cautious fashion here.
Yeah, I do
So,
want to add as well, SOS had slight probe oversaturation before his Nexus. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, this has been an interesting thing since we saw Alpha Star debut. That StarCraft AI that is rapidly learning the game. One of the things that it tends to do is actually overmake probes, which is not the way the pro gamers have been approaching it. But you know, you have to wonder, when we saw Alpha Star do that, you know, what is that teaching us about the game, and will pro gamers try to adopt that?
Yeah, it's an interesting idea. So, a Prism coming out right now for SOS. He's a little bit later on that Robo, but that's okay. Immortal production hasn't begun yet here for either side, and that's kind of what you're looking at the most. So we're going to get over and get that full scout off. Very similar what they're going for, but PartinG has made his Twilight now.
SOS has not yet won a GSL, despite being the two-time world champion.
Same with PartinG.
Yeah, it's very funny that that's like the tournament they haven't won yet. But
if I'm not mistaken, they both have 2 second places.
yeah, SOS definitely. I'm sorry, PartinG definitely has one. But yeah, PartinG has 2 second places.
I believe that they both have 2
Sorry,
second
guys, we've
places.
done over almost 40 GSL Codesses here. They're all blending together. Now, one thing about SOS is even if there's players that, you know, if they played 100 games, they might beat SOS more than 50% of the time. SOS can usually win a best of 3, best of 5, or best of 7 against anybody.
Oh, absolutely. You can.
He probably has the best build order randomization and optimization in a series that we've ever seen.
He's kind of like the most freestyling player. Like, he can and will do anything. He'll think of things people haven't. In things like base trade situations, he comes up with magnificent things. There's all sorts of these like one-time only deals that we've seen with him, right?
Right.
Like, he's the first person in a pro game we saw smash someone who had ranged Phoenixes without the ranged Phoenixes. He's one of the people that we've seen go oracles and make them work against Phoenixes back when Phoenixes really wrecked them. I mean, there's just so many amazing things that SOS is capable
So
of.
he did destroy that pylon to open up his entrance, and he's finally going to be pushing out. I don't know if this is going to be an all-out attack. I would imagine he's just going to he's just going to expand and take a third. We're seeing here now. Let's see if SOS decides to match this. SOS already with 4 more gateways coming down here. A lot of times you'll see players power up with a lot of gates before taking the third. So let's see if SOS can try to come out here and push this.
I don't think he will. I think he's just going to take a third base, to be honest.
Ooh, this Warp Prism's coming down now.
Finding that with the Stalker is definitely a very nice one.
Okay, no shields left on that. And it's just 2 Adepts in here. It seems like it's going to be more of a pin, if anything else, to keep PartinG back at home. Now, SOS, again, he has to do something here.
Oh,
Either
he is going to
expand
go
or
for the attack, it
Yeah.
seems.
Well,
Like,
otherwise it's a very late Nexus.
Yeah,
now, we've seen this work before where the Mass Gates can usually crack the player who's defending, but maybe PartinG has some angling he can set his army up with to try to fend this off.
no, there was a magnificent kill by MC yesterday against Stats doing something like this when they're doing they have a very similar unit set, and he cracked his third and killed him. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. I think that this is advantage PartinG. I think that this is just poking from PartinG, and he absolutely is not going to attack and
Okay,
should not attack.
that was really bad, losing that Archon.
Yeah. The fact that he's even thinking about engaging when he's taking a third.
Yeah, that's kind of, well, you're just not supposed to do that. Now, I do like how he's holding this high ground over
Yeah,
here.
that's hard to attack up. You gain a little bit of cost efficiency here.
He's going to be considerably weaker with that 1 Archon not there. Really good control with the Zealots here by PartinG. Good juggling with the Warp Prism as well. Actually on both sides here. And we have a few more Zealots coming in here to the front.
The Immortals are doing just an amazing job right now, as well as that juggling that you mentioned. But at the end here, it looks like SOS should be able to break through, right? Like,
I think you might be right. He's doing a pretty insane job with that Warp Prism juggling, though. Oh! Now, again, remember, he did lose. I can't believe he's even going to try to fire any more shots with that. He did lose that Archon back there. Had he had 1 more Archon, this could have been a very different fight.
Yeah, it could have. I'm surprised he even did it, though, because if they're doing basically the same thing and you've taken an additional Nexus and they got the extra gates, the only reason why that seemed like it would do all right is because he was at the top of that ramp. But you're right, he kind of sloppily lost that Archon when he was being harassed at home. I guess he traded, like, kind of well enough.
Oh, this is interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm surprised PartinG even dropped there. Those Immortals were so low on HP.
Yeah, trying to use
He
those
might come in here and try to pop the pylon.
Ooh, SOS. He is not even blinking in the face of PartinG's micro.
You know, his build orders and his randomization is so good that sometimes it's easy to forget that he's actually that good at control.
Yeah, I never really consider him a control player. Ooh, look at this micro.
Whoa.
Ah, he died.
Okay, well, in the big picture, PartinG's definitely lost several key units throughout this game. Seems like SOS is just slowly taking a lead here, despite the fact that PartinG expanded ahead of his opponent.
Yeah, the third is a little bit late here for SOS, though. So the actual mining income, quite a bit higher for PartinG. I'm not too afraid for him right now, but that is a pretty scary army coming up. Look at that, 4 Archons against, well, I guess it's going to be 3 in a moment.
Oh, he's going to try to loop up through the top here. I don't think PartinG's ready for this. Oh, okay, he's going to react, albeit a little bit late. Now, this open area around here is going to be pretty strong for SOS if he can get a good engage. Some of these Archons in the back not really being that helpful here for SOS.
PartinG right now, we're going to have to see some nice juggling coming in. A lot of Zealots still left over. They are going to get cleaned up by all these Archons. Only a single Immortal on both sides.
I think we might see the end of PartinG here in this game. It looks like this expansion is going to go down. And, you know, from here, SOS doesn't even have to close it out if he wants to. He can go back and just macro up and just keep PartinG on 2 bases, really.
Yeah. You know, this kind of also reminds me of the game that we saw Gumiho against Kir, where they were doing a very similar thing, and then Gumiho took a third and attacked. Because, like, if you look at just, like, the basics of the game, right? Like, if you're doing the same thing and you're a little tiny bit more greedy, that's actually how you end up winning games, but you don't attack while being a little bit more greedy. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, you can't be doing 2 things at once.
Yeah, if you have the big army that he had before, and you're sitting at home and you're making shield batteries and stuff, and you have that extra income to maybe fuel, I don't know, a couple more gates, more chrono boosts on your robo for more immortals, things like that, it becomes increasingly easy to fudge the attack of your opponent who has almost the exact same unit set as you. But when you're taking the third Nexus and attacking at the same time, and suddenly we're getting into slightly smaller armies, the additional couple of units that your opponent has are going to stack up much, much stronger over time. So I feel like this was, we've seen this a little bit so far in GSL Codes this season in these mirrors, where I think that people are not knowing their role, where it's like, oh, okay, I'm the defender here. And they're attacking, and the thing is, a lot of these guys have great micro and feel like they can pull it off. That doesn't make it right. Well, it makes it right in a way. If you win, I guess you can just be like, yeah, I won. You know, just like the guy that sucks out in poker on the river. It's like, yeah, see, well, I won the hand. It's like, yeah, you do get the money. You do win the match. But I think anyone can look at that in a theoretical way. You can see him kind of shaking his head there.
Well, he knows the mistakes he made back there. Yeah. SOS stone-faced right now. We're going to go to New Repugnancy for map number 2. I think if PartinG could clean up just a little bit of his control, be a little bit more on top of it, we should have a closer match here in Game 2.
마틴드 GSL 시즌1 리제너레이션 게임이 시작됩니다. 뉴 리퍼그넌시 게임 준비 완료. 진에어 그린윙스 SOS.
Got cannon rush, boys.
Oh, you're right.
Excellent. PartinG going for that cannon rush right now. Amazing.
Okay, he's coming out now. I like it. Just out of vision.
Now, this is such an early probe that I feel like you should absolutely send a probe immediately to check. Okay, he does. Now, how do you want to block this? Some people like to make the Forge against this. New Repugnancy is an amazing 5 cannons out of 5 cannons cannon rush map, according to Printout. It's there's so many little nooks that you can kind of make it very hard to get surface area in the cannons.
Okay, so keep in mind, this probe on the high ground, it needs to stay alive in order to keep the momentum going here. And this is actually pretty.
He's trying to zone it out right now. He's
going to try to block it out.
Yeah, he wants to keep it from making a cannon over there, because if it gets a cannon started on that side, that's where, like, PartinG can absolutely crush this game. Oh my God!
That was so good.
Okay, he needs to start a second cannon immediately, and I think a shield battery actually. And then his cannons can beat the other cannons. But look, he's got this one cannon can knock down this pylon, and then the probe gets in again.
So you have cannons coming down behind this. There's no other pylons.
SOS is pretty dead. That's it.
Yeah.
There's just you're not going to be able to beat
He's trying to chip away at the shields on the cannon. Any extra hit will help out a lot here.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 versus 1. Obviously an easy fight here. Will he pull any probes in this? Probably not.
Yeah, there's no point. They won't be able to do anything. Not terrible targeting here by SOS, I think, but he was dead when he both lost mining time and let the probe start cannons.
Cursing.
Yeah. Is he? That's awesome.
He was mumbling to himself.
No. Nobody likes to lose to this, no matter what race you play.
GG. Sick.
I love it. I love it.
You see how fast PartinG threw down those 2 cannons on the high ground?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, he did it very, very quickly because that was his one shot. If SOS blocks a probe from getting back, it's an easy hold.
Yeah.
And suddenly you have cannons at the bottom of the ramp, and you're like, oh, my gateway isn't even started. Becomes pretty weak.
All right. Well, PartinG pulled the rug out of from under SOS in that game. We're going to go to Port Alexander for map number 3. That was so sick.
That was so funny. You can see him laughing, too.
Yeah, there's some good banter going on in the lobby right now with these two guys. Okay, so what's going to happen in Game 3? I don't think we're going to have another cannon rush, but that'd be cool. I would take it if we had it.
Well, that's the best cannon rush map in the pool, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know that we'll see it again.
Man,
I love it.
I'm fine with whoever advances here. I actually really hope both these guys move out of the group, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're so fun to cast.
I love Solar, too, though.
Yeah.
Solar's quite a character.
He's great, but I mean, just some of these cheeses and these builds these guys do. It's so exciting. All right, guys, Game 3 is ready. Let's go.
GSL 시즌1 리제너레이션 게임이 시작됩니다. 포트 알렉산더 게임 준비 완료. 지네어 그린윙스 SOS Player 1 PartinG.
A lot of PartinG fans in the audience. People did not expect him to get to GSL this season, so it's very cool to have him here now.
I feel like PartinG runs a 1980s hedge fund with those glasses on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. With those glasses that PartinG has, it looks like he should have patches on his the elbows of his blazer. So, 2 gate openings on both sides. This game looks like it's going to be more the norm of PvP than our other 2 games.
Oh, with these two, don't bet your bottom dollar.
At least for starts.
You do have
Keep in mind, in
PartinG
Game
hiding
1,
a probe.
PartinG did wall in himself in entirely and go
Oh
sentry
my God,
first.
are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at this.
Wow.
This is so fun.
Spotted. Okay, so PartinG's going to have to pull away.
I feel like 2 burglars just ran into each other trying to steal the same thing. They just shrug at each other
This is
and
the
go
battle
home.
of the Hamburglers.
It's like, oh man.
Okay, so he's now going to scout the main here. I think whatever build initially SOS was planning, he's going to have to try to mix it up once that probe got spotted.
I love that. For some reason, they both had a probe there. It doesn't even make sense.
Okay, it's Stargate opening here for SOS.
Okay.
Scouted, by the way.
Now, does PartinG just do something very standard, like go into a Twilight from here?
Looks like SOS is preparing to go onto the low ground and expand here. PartinG does like to get that sentry out right away in PvP.
Yeah, a lot of people like that. Gives you that very solid scout. PartinG is actually going for Robo and making Stalkers, so this could be a like Robo 3-gate to try to bust in. It's kind of interesting. I get the feeling that a lot of Westerners think that Stargate counters Robo 3-gate, which is just, you know, Prism and Stalkers basically.
Yeah.
But Koreans actually will do this against Stargate and not really flinch. You won't see Stargate just crush this. But I've heard some dissenting opinions from Westerners thinking that the Stargate build comes out on top here. And I think that PartinG will show us that it's a fair build against the Stargate opener.
Okay, these Stalkers slowly chasing away some of these Adepts. Looks like a little bit of an overextension here by PartinG. Okay, he's just going to lose this Stalker, I think. Oh, wow, it's just barely out of range.
Well, you can always get it with the Shades, but are you going to sacrifice too many Adepts? Oh, I don't like how PartinG microed that, how he like ran that Stalker so far away.
Now, with those Stalkers out there, there's nothing back at home to defend. Now, this shield battery is going to buy a little bit of time, but eventually something's going to have to come over here to try to help out. We actually have one Void Ray on the way here.
Yeah, now this scouting of the Prism exactly when it pops out is really, really, really useful. Now that the second Oracle's coming over here, this could get very tough. I love the Void Ray being produced. I think if you're sitting there with shield batteries at the top of your ramp, making some Void Rays and whatnot, you have 2 Oracles across. I think then this is definitely going to favor the Stargate play a little bit.
Okay, good targeting here. 4 kills. 5 now, as both
really
Oracles live through that and rotate to the right side of the main base of Parting. Meanwhile, Parting's beginning to push down here with this Warp Prism, controlling the low ground. So it's still 1 base versus 1 base.
Yeah, but with that Void Ray with multiple shield batteries, it's gonna be a little bit tough. See that Parting micro.
Okay, he's going to try to target down the Warp Prism.
Doesn't quite get it.
But losing vision of the high ground temporarily as the Warp Prism's microed away, and some of those Stalkers do not get the volleys off they need. Keep in mind, if the Warp Prism dies, this rush is essentially over.
Now the double Oracle is about to dive in again to Parting space, so it's something we're going to have to watch how many probes go.
Oh, the gate goes down.
I gotta say, yeah, okay, he starts a second Void Ray now. I thought he was gonna continually make some Void Rays, because once you get, 2, 3 here with shield batteries, it feels really good.
This is so scary.
Indeed.
He needs another warp in, but if the if the warp prism becomes stationary, you can always do a dive on it and try to take it out. Some miss micro here by Parting.
Yeah.
Oh my God, everybody's so taxed as far as APM goes.
Parting gonna have to remake probes here. He's actually very, very low.
Note he's not pushing. He's just staying on the edge here and continuously juggling with that Warp Prism. Some of the best micro we've seen here. Again, Warp Prism's still alive. Is it starting to snowball? All these Stalkers pretty low on HP.
Oh, that probe block comes at exactly the right moment.
Okay, we're about to have another warp-in wave here. 27 workers to 17. Parting's taking a beating back at home, but this push has a lot of momentum. Keep in mind, 1 gate's already been destroyed. A second one may be going down very soon here.
Well, as the Immortal pops out, this is going to become very, very scary, but that is a lot of Stalkers. He has a couple Zealots in there as well. Definitely good at tanking. Oh, his Stalkers are getting so low, it's crazy. Oh,
God,
my
I can't believe
God.
this Void Ray's still alive.
Yeah. If he had lost that could have been it.
Oh, he's going to get the pylon here. That's going to unpower everything.
Oh, my God.
And he gets the Void Ray. Did he do it? Immortal's coming out. But again, with a Warp Prism, the amount of extra damage you can pull off here when you juggle. Okay, a lot of big hits there.
Wow, Immortals are pretty good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, nicely done.
Yeah,
Stunning a lot of the
very
workers.
nicely
That's going to slow down the next warping rounds.
Yeah, Parting's economy really taking a beating. It's at about half the income right now of SOS's. And that Immortal's just has saved so much here. It's crazy. Kills that gateway. It wasn't powered by the new pylon anyways.
Another gateway on the way here for SOS. It's going to be very tough to push up onto the high ground here with that Immortal. There's actually another Immortal coming out here as well. Yeah, I think Parting might have run out of gas here. Let's see. There's no easy way to get that Immortal.
No, with this many shield batteries, every second you're not attacking, they're regaining energy, and they're just going to heal more and more.
Keep in mind, guys, when you see Stalkers fire, that animation of the little laser has to connect with the animation of the unit. The Immortal fires, there is no animation, so its damage is done instantaneous, so there's not a lot of tricks you can try to pull off against it, like you can with a Stalker.
And Parting going to take his Nexus first here, and actually coming in with a little bit of a Stalker drop. That's kind of cool, but I don't think it's going to get that much done, especially since we have some big oversaturation here. Does set off that Immortal shield just in case. Well, I guess he's sent his units home, so that's not going to come into play.
So Parting decides to expand behind this and trying to leverage the Warp Prism here to keep SOS occupied with defending his workers. Parting's almost caught up in workers now. It's now 29 to 25. He's got to be careful, though.
Yeah, that is a big deal.
Fortunately, on this map, there's enough of a gap in the corners where you can park your Warp Prism there and it can't be touched unless you make something from a Stargate to hit it.
Well, he does have a Stargate.
Yes.
And he is making a Phoenix, so I think that will be cleaned up pretty soon. Of course, can recall it home if he has any energy left on that Nexus. I like that Parting's going into Disruptors from here, by the way. I think that that's a great way to try to come back in a situation where you have only Stalkers against someone who has a bunch of Immortals.
Okay, this is a lot of kills here. Okay, 1 Oracle's taken out, but now it's 30 to 18 here.
Yeah, this worker count for Parting has never looked good this game yet. The second Nexus, though, look at this. He's got a long-distance mine at this point.
Yeah, the fact that that Oracle was killed means this harass is going to be slowed down quite a bit. You know, shield batteries can keep, if it's one Oracle, can keep the workers alive for a long time. But here comes the Immortal Harass coming in here trying to target down the pylon.
Oh, that's great too. Really, really smart play.
Good usage of the battery here to try to keep that alive. Okay, now he's going to continue to juggle this. Unpowers that pylon, which of course unpowers the Robo.
It's a great situation for an Immortal Drop too. When your opponent doesn't have Blink or Stargate, Immortal Drop is like the strongest mid-game thing that you can do in this matchup. It can
be super abusive.
Yeah. Just nothing really beats that. You have to have a lot of units and they have to make a misstep. Oh man, just so much damage coming out from SOS here.
The Immortal is so strong against the Stalker.
Oh, gotta be careful. I don't want to be losing that Prism.
Okay, actually, he could get under this if he... Oh my god, no, Immortals are so good.
Yeah, they're all right.
Oh, meanwhile, this War Prism's going to be taken out here. Another big win for SOS. SOS now backing up over to the Natural.
Well, you got the 2 Immortals that were doing harassment. No shield batteries at the Natural here.
Yeah. Let's see how this stun goes, though. You have to know that there's going to be a stun there.
He should actually just hallucinate some units like Stalkers or Zealots or something like that.
Yeah.
With the Sentry and walk
Oh
in.
my god.
Oh, well, that's going to be that.
Okay, he can disable the sentries now. There's going to be a recall back at home. Goodbye.
Well, that's painful.
Yeah. That actually, I think, that might be it for PartinG. I mean, he's going to lose this entire army. There's nothing he can do. This will easily be cleaned up. I think then SOS could just push.
Serious about that.
Yeah.
Well, SOS can really kind of play it how he wants from here.
Right. GG, that's it. Nicely done there by SOS.
Yeah, interesting series. It was kind of some really weird, wacky games and whatnot. You can see PartinG definitely unhappy with this, but SOS is, certainly in my opinion, the best PvP player in the world. It's just so hard to beat this guy.
Basically, anybody SOS goes up against, I'm always assuming that SOS is the favorite.
Yeah, it's generally a pretty good assumption.
All right, SOS goes on to the winner's match. PartinG is not eliminated yet. He will be in the loser's match. That'll be our 4th best of 3 for this afternoon.
Yeah. Of course, he'll be playing either Bunny or Solar. I think that these are doable matches for him. I can't wait to see what he's going to use when everything's on the line in a PvZ Tasteless. Will the Soul Train come back?
Let's find out. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, Bunny versus Solar here at the GSL.